Good morning, team owners of the USFL and fans alike. As promised, I'm here to give a shout out. This shout out is for the fans I feel like are the most active here in the fantasy fan page, USFL fantasy fan page. My name is Ray Jennings. I am the commissioner of both the 16-team league and the Premier 20-team league. And the 20-team league is the league that we usually follow here. I put something up for the 16-team league every once in a while. The 16-team league is a training ground to move up into the Premier League in the future. It's also a very viable, exciting league as well, with great guys and girls in that league. With that said, we have actual USFL veteran players, ex-USFL professional football players that are in the league as co-owners, sitting as honorary members. Those folks are very important to us, and they are also here in the Fantasy Fan page, as well as newcomers coming on board, USFL former players that are interested in joining us. We do have a few openings in the 16-team league. As you can see, I'm in my hunting outfit here, and I have been hunting this morning. And all I can say is I'm still hunting for a divisional winner in both the 16-team and the 20-team leagues. Let's go ahead and give some shout-outs. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Look, we have got this week and then next week. That's all that's left. It's looking like here after week 12 that we are not going to have a divisional winner. It will take the 13th week to have a divisional winner in any of either leagues. So a lot of camaraderie, a lot of parity involved here. Shout outs to fans that have looked at our Bassett Bowl emblem. It's the championship game, 2018 championship game. Looks like 99 of the 177 of you have seen that. I don't know how many of you have clicked that, but please click that. We've divided this thing down into a first, second, and third quarter. I don't think the fourth quarter is going to matter because there's not very many teams playing on the last day of the Christmas weekend coming up here in a few weeks. But that is our Bassett Bowl. That is our championship game. And 99 of you have clicked that. I want to give some shout outs, of course. About 40 of the 99 are probably members in the league that have clicked that. It's okay to click that you're interested in that. It's okay to click that you're going. Going means you're going to be tuned in totally. Interested probably means kind of sort of the same thing. But not a lot of you have punched that, even though a bunch of you looked at it. It's not going to hurt. Go ahead. Punch it. It'll be fine. Shout outs to the members. And I will exclude the fantasy football players that have also looked in on this championship game. But everyone here will be mentioned that saw this. Of course, we have Butch Haber. Don't forgive me if I have butchered any names as I go forward. But Butch Haber has checked us out here on the championship game emblem. Steve McRoberts, Gregory J. Smith, Jacob Hurd, also Joe Sampson, Howard Sellers. Joe is very active in the USFL. Thank you so much, Joe. Dana Lynn, I believe Dana Lynn, I think I know her. She is, thank you, Dana, for looking in on us. Tom Hefner, Teddy Gorsup, Bill Kellick, Aaron Draper. Bill is in our league. Anthony Fowler. We also have a Dallas Cowboys for life, fan for life. That's a large group of guys. Feel free to join our group. Looks like there's about 600 of you there, mostly Dallas Cowboy fans. But if you remember the old USFL, do join our league. Chris Bird, shout out to Chris Bird, Jim Freeman, Howard Scheitzler, Jared. Jared, I'm just going to call you Jared. I've spoken to Jared several times. Jared has a interesting website, and do check that out. Kevin Perilou, he runs the Arizona Wranglers in both leagues. Also, Steve Dabrowski, thank you, Steve, for tuning in to us. Don Hill, Austin Gammon, John DeBon, Daryl Fisher, Jeff Hogue, William Brackeen has checked in with us here, and William is Memphis Showboat's owner in the 16-team league. That's where my home office is as well. I sit as commissioner. I do not run any team in the league. However, next year in the 16-team league, to make it a little fun, I may run a team, and I hope William Brackeen will be back. We have Jeff Craig, Greg Gherkin, Al Smith, Shane Sussman, Richard Quigley, Gary Landry has checked in with us. John Jack Kovic, Philip Nanos, Milt Miranda, thank you Milt, David Chris Shaw, Frank Piccola, Richard Weber, Larry Hansen, Jeff Carmine. Larry Hansen is a Chicago Blitz owner in 16-team league. Jason Childress, Gregory Carlson, Brian Tracy, he's the owner in our 16 and 20-team league. He's going to focus on the 20-team league next year. William Snore, and I'm not sure if I butchered that name or not there, William. I'm sorry if I did. Larry Beasley, Jeffrey Kovac, Shannon Faison, Jeremy Ledbetter, the famous Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is in our 20-team league. San Antonio Gunslingers wreaking some havoc here toward the end of the season. Just killing it there in the Central Division. I encourage you all to tune in. We've got some great characters. Watch some of our videos that we put on there, highlights. We usually do highlights each week. Jim Welch, Doug West, Norman Hoffman. Also, thank you, Stephen Buck. Stephen Buck's an old friend of mine. We worked in a hospital together down in Louisiana. And Stephen checks in. Stephen, I appreciate you for giving me a heads up on some crazy patients back in the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're so glad to have you. Joe Bach. Joe Bach is one of our USFL honorary members, very active here. Say hey to Joe when you get a chance. Joe brings the mojo for the Stallions in the 20-team league. Ian Brown, Phil Kansick. Phil Kansick may be joining us. He played for the Denver Gold. It's a very short stint, suffered an injury, but Phil, we do appreciate you being here. David Chapman, Val Brown, Brian Mullen, Derek Holloway Sr., thank you so much for being in the group. We have asked Derek to come aboard. We understand why he might not want to. Some of these guys get hassled a lot that are in the league, but Derek, you're safe with us, and we would love to have you aboard. Mark Nemi in the Premier 20-team league with the Michigan Panthers. His doors are wide open for you. David Riley, J.C. Conger. J.C. may be joining us in the 16-team league. Tony Atelio, Terry Hogue. Sorry, Tony, if I butchered your name. Paul Bergman, Jason Conwell, Brad Anay, Tamara Tanzillo. Thank you, Tamara. We like the ladies to join us here. Keith Provin, Scott Boucher is also with us on the Houston Gamblers in the Premier 20-team league. A great football player back in the day in the USFL. Jimmy Edwards is with us. Ronald Spikes, Tom Marino. No relation to Dan Marino, but Tom Marino has been in the World Football League, the United States League, USFL and the NFL, in the front office, back office, all over. Never coached, but was in the organizational side of things. Thank you, Tom, for joining us and being here. And rounding off, Timothy Cullah. Timothy Cullah, he puts on some of our archive photos about once every 2 or 3 weeks. He's very consistent. Thank you so much, Timmy. Timmy, I saved the best for last. Thank you, Timmy. We love the photos that you put on, and I'm sure others do too. Look, guys, don't be a stranger. Ronald Spikes, I missed you there. I did not mention most of the guys that are in the league, but y'all are all so very important. Thank you so much. We're winding down, guys. Invite others to the group. Thank you so much. Have a great week.